Hello, my name is Douglas Bloch. I'm an author and a depression counselor. Welcome to another edition of One-on-One with the Depression Counselor. Today I wanted to talk about when someone you love is suicidal. In a previous video, I talked about when someone you love is depressed. When a depressed person starts to get in a lot of pain and loses hope, they often have suicidal thoughts and feelings. Now, many Americans have a misconception about what happens when a person who's depressed gets suicidal. Often they say, oh, don't talk about suicide, you're just trying to get attention, you're just basically trying to make us feel sorry for you. No, this is not the case. Oftentimes when a person talks about suicide, it's a cry for help, and it must be taken seriously. So in case you know someone who is going through something like this, I have some do's and don'ts to share with you.
Do ask the person if he or she is suicidal.
Do ask the person if he or she is serious about killing themselves. Contrary to popular opinion, talking about suicide will not make it more likely to happen, it will make it less likely to happen. Because when people talk about their pain and they feel that someone is listening and that someone understands, that pain diminishes. And as the pain diminishes, so do the suicidal feelings and impulses.
Don't act shocked or disapproving.
Yes, don't act shocked or disapproving. Don't tell a person it's a bad idea as if they had any control over it. Suicidal feelings are a symptom of depression, just like a high white blood cell count is a symptom of an infection. It comes with the territory. It's not a conscious decision. It's a result of unbearable pain that seems to have no end.
Don't give the person a lecture.
Yes, the last thing that a person needs is a lecture about suicide, about whether it's moral or immoral. What they need is support, not, someone disapproving of their point of view. That's not going to help whatsoever.
Remove the means of self-harm.
It is absolutely essential, if you think that a person is serious about killing themselves, to remove the means of self-harm. I remember one time we had a gal in our group who was suicidal, and she had a gun in her house. One of the other members of the group went to the house and took the gun away, because you may have every intention of killing yourself, but if you don't have the means, it's not going to happen. And as we see again and again, oftentimes those feelings of suicide are transitory. They'll pass in an hour, in a day, maybe even a week. And if you can stay alive during that time and not act on it, you're gonna come through it. So it's important to remove the means, because without the means, the act is not going to happen.
Ask the person if they have a specific plan.
Asking the person if he or she has a specific plan is very important. This is what happened when I was suicidal. It's one thing to think, oh, I'm in a lot of pain, woe is me, I wish I could die, I don't want to be alive. It's another thing to say, it's 6 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, I'm going to go to the top of this bridge and jump. If you hear of a plan with that kind of specificity, you need to get that person help immediately. You can't leave them alone. You can call the mental health crisis line, you can take them to the emergency room, you can call their psychiatrist, take them to the nearest emergency room, you can call 1-800-SUICIDE, the suicide helpline. Whatever it takes, you need to hook that person up with resources and support if you hear that they have a specific plan and if they are intending to act upon that plan.
Make a stay safe contract.
This is what I've done with my clients, what people did with me. It's called a no suicide or no self-harm contract. Essentially, what the person does is they say on the contract, if I feel like I'm in danger of hurting myself, I will call one of these people. And there's usually a list of 3 or 4, maybe 5 people on that contract: the therapist, the crisis line, a friend, a family member, maybe yourself, someone they can call before they take action, because again, the impulse will go away. It's just important that they don't act on it. So the no suicide contract or the stay safe contract is really, really essential.
Don't keep secrets.
A lot of people have said before, please don't tell anybody that I'm suicidal. That is the worst thing you can do. There's an old saying from AA, Alcoholics Anonymous, we're only as sick as our secrets. Keeping this hidden is not the right thing to do. You have to tell the appropriate people that this is serious business, so the person who is having these feelings can get help, because with help, they will pass and the person will recover. They once said that suicide is a permanent solution to a temporary problem. Once the act is done, you can't go back and reverse it. That's why it's important to intervene at once.
Get help.
Getting help is the whole point of making this video for you folks. It is absolutely essential that you reach out for help, especially when there's a suicidal individual that you know of. Call the crisis line, hook them up with a therapist if they don't already have one, take them to the emergency room. The key point is to intervene and to get the support that the person needs until this thing passes. Without that support, the pain will overwhelm the person's resources to cope with the pain, and they may act on their feelings. Again, you can call 888-SUICIDE. Again, assure the person that this too shall pass, it will pass. And in the 13 years I've been doing depression support groups, every single individual who said they were suicidal, who said they were serious, got the right help they need, and they came out the other side. So the moral of the story is clear. 1, suicidal urges are temporary. 2, they will pass. And 3, people do recovery. If you get the person the right kind of help and intervene at the right time, the suicide act can be prevented and people will recover. Don't give up 5 minutes before the miracle. I hope these tips have been helpful to you. This has been another edition of One-on-One with the Depression Counselor, and until we meet again, I wish you the best in your mental health recovery.